Hello and welcome. For so many of us, the daily shower is a private ritual. It's a moment of quiet solitude, a time to prepare for the day ahead or to wash away its stresses before a restful night. It's one of the few times in our busy lives where we are truly alone with our thoughts. It is a simple, universal human experience. But what if I told you that this simple, everyday routine holds a surprising and powerful key to your heart health? That the way you adjust the temperature, even for a few moments, could be one of the most significant and misunderstood health decisions you make all day. It may sound dramatic, but the science is compelling. Today, we are going to move beyond the myths and the passing trends. We are going to explore what leading cardiologists and physiologists have discovered about this intimate connection between your shower and your cardiovascular system. We will uncover how a few simple adjustments, based on a deep understanding of how your body works, can transform this daily habit from a potential source of stress on your heart into a powerful tool for promoting its long-term health and resilience. To understand the stakes, we need to think like a cardiologist. From their perspective, the bathroom isn't just a room. First, there is something called the vasovagal response. This is a phenomenon involving the vagus nerve, a major nerve that helps regulate heart rate and blood pressure. Activities that are common in the bathroom, like straining during a bowel movement, can put pressure on this nerve, causing a sudden drop in both heart rate and blood pressure. For a heart that may already have underlying conditions, this sudden change can be a significant stressor, sometimes leading to dizziness, fainting, or worse. Second, we must consider blood pressure stability. Many of us are familiar with the head rush feeling when we stand up too quickly. This is a form of postural hypotension. The warmth of a shower naturally causes our blood vessels to widen. When you combine this with the simple act of standing for a period of time, it can make these blood pressure drops more pronounced. In fact, clinical studies have shown that the first hour after waking is a particularly vulnerable time, as the body's systems for regulating blood pressure are still stabilizing. And finally, there is the initial temperature shock. The simple act of stepping into water that is either much warmer or much colder than the air is not just a matter of comfort. It's a significant physiological event. Your body registers this abrupt change and immediately triggers a cascade of responses from your heart and your blood vessels to adapt. I understand this might sound alarming. The last thing any of us think about when stepping into the shower is a potential risk to our heart. But what I want you to remember is that this knowledge is not meant to cause fear. It is the first, most crucial step toward empowerment. By understanding these factors, you gain the ability to manage them effectively. Let's begin with something we all enjoy, the feeling of a comfortably warm shower. That feeling of relaxation is more than just a sensation. The primary effect of warmth is a process called vasodilation. When your body is exposed to warmth, the smooth muscles in the walls of your blood vessels relax, causing them to widen. You can think of it like a tense garden hose relaxing, allowing water to flow through it more easily. This widening has immediate and beneficial effects on your cardiovascular system. Research has shown that this passive heat can increase blood flow throughout the body. Because the vessels are wider, there is less resistance for your heart to pump against. This can lead to an increase in cardiac output, the amount of blood your heart pumps per minute, and in many cases, a modest lowering of blood pressure. For some, this effect is so noticeable that a warm shower can feel like a mini workout for the circulatory system, gently exercising the heart. But the real magic, according to vascular specialists, happens at a microscopic level, in the delicate inner lining of your arteries called the endothelium. This single layer of cells is incredibly important. It's not just a passive tube. Studies on passive heat therapy, like immersing the lower limbs in warm water, have found that it can protect and improve the function of this delicate endothelial lining. It can enhance the availability of nitric oxide, which is a foundational aspect of preventing atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of the arteries that underlies most heart disease. However, and this is a critical point, for individuals with certain pre-existing heart conditions, this same process of vasodilation can be dangerous. For patients with some forms of heart failure, particularly those with a severely reduced ability to pump blood, a sudden and widespread drop in blood pressure from a very hot shower can be too much for the struggling heart to handle. It can risk what is called cardiac decompensation. Similarly, for those of us taking certain blood pressure medications like beta blockers or diuretics, a long hot shower can compound the medication's effect. The drugs are already working to lower your blood pressure, and the heat-induced vasodilation can lower it even further, potentially leading to significant dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting. This is not speculation. This is why major health institutions like the Mayo Clinic specifically advise patients with conditions such as pulmonary hypertension to avoid long hot baths or showers. They explicitly state that such activities can lower blood pressure significantly and cause fainting. And for everyone, regardless of their heart health, it's important to remember that water that is too hot for too long can pose a risk of burns or even heat stroke, a serious medical emergency. A key takeaway is that the effect of warm water is not uniform. Its impact is highly dependent on the pre-existing state of your individual cardiovascular system. What is gently therapeutic for one person can be a significant risk for another. Now, let's turn our attention to the other end of the temperature dial. You may have seen it online or heard about it from younger family members. The trend of taking ice baths or intensely cold showers for purported health benefits. While this practice has gained popularity, it is absolutely essential that we approach it with caution and a clear understanding of the science. When very cold water hits your skin, your body doesn't know you're in a safe bathroom. It reacts with a primitive survival mechanism called the cold shock response. It thinks you've fallen through ice, and it immediately initiates a powerful physiological cascade to protect your vital organs and preserve core body temperature. This response is driven by the sympathetic nervous system, your body's fight or flight system. The first thing that happens is widespread vasoconstriction. This is the exact opposite of what happens in a warm shower. The blood vessels in your skin and extremities clamp down dramatically. The pipes of your circulatory system suddenly narrow. As a result of this narrowing, your heart is forced to work much harder to push blood through the constricted system. This causes a rapid and significant spike in both your heart rate and your blood pressure. For this reason, leading cardiologists and organizations like the American Heart Association issue a strong and unmistakable caution. For a person with underlying coronary artery disease, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or a history of heart rhythm irregularities, this sudden cold shock is not a therapeutic tool. Let me be very clear. The sudden, massive increase in the heart's workload can increase its demand for oxygen. If the coronary arteries are already narrowed by plaque, they may not be able to deliver enough oxygen-rich blood to meet this sudden demand. This mismatch can potentially trigger chest pain, an arrhythmia, or in the worst-case scenario, a heart attack. It's easy to feel left out when you see a new health trend gaining popularity, but it's perfectly okay, and in fact, it is wise to recognize that not every trend is right for everybody, especially as we get older. Your wisdom and caution are your greatest strengths. The danger isn't just the cold itself. So, if very hot has risks and very cold has risks, is there a safe and effective middle ground? According to physiotherapists and a growing body of research, the answer is yes. It's a time-tested technique called contrast hydrotherapy. The idea is simple yet brilliant. By alternating between comfortably warm and refreshingly cool water, you are essentially giving your entire circulatory system a gentle workout. Here's how it works. The warm water causes your blood vessels to open up. That's vasodilation. Then the cool water causes them to gently narrow. That's vasoconstriction. This alternating action of opening and closing creates a pumping effect within your vascular system. This gentle pump can improve circulation, help flush out metabolic waste products like lactic acid from your tissues, and help reduce inflammation. It is a way to stimulate your circulatory system without the stress of intense exercise. Now, it is absolutely vital to understand that the version of this therapy that is safe and appropriate for us is not about extremes. We are not talking about scalding hot and icy cold. We are talking about warm and cool. The goal is gentle stimulation, not shock. Let's walk through a safe protocol, step by step. I encourage you to pause here and make a note of this if you are interested in trying it. First, a word on preparation. Hydration is key. Your circulatory system works best when it has enough fluid. Make sure you are well hydrated before you begin, and have a glass of water nearby for after your shower. Proper hydration helps support stable blood volume and blood pressure during these temperature changes. Here is a safe way to start. Step 1. The initial warm phase. Begin your shower with comfortably warm water, not hot. Stand under the warm water for about 3 minutes. The purpose here is to gently relax your blood vessels and prepare your system for the change. Step 2. The first cool phase. Now, turn the temperature down to what feels refreshingly cool, not icy or shocking. Stay in this cool water for just 30 seconds. The purpose is to initiate that gentle vasoconstriction, starting the pump effect. Step 3. The second warm phase. Switch the water back to comfortably warm for another 2 to 3 minutes. This redilates the vessels, promoting blood flow and enhancing the circulatory pump. Step 4. The second cool phase. Turn the water back to refreshingly cool. This time, you can try staying in it for a little longer, perhaps 30 to 60 seconds, as your body gets used to the sensation. This reinforces the circulatory workout and helps reduce inflammation. Step 5. The final rinse. Always end the entire cycle with cool water for about 30 seconds. This final, gentle vasoconstriction helps your body to naturally re-warm itself after the shower and leaves you feeling refreshed and invigorated. This entire process is a gentle, therapeutic cycle. And the most important rule, which I will repeat, is to consult your doctor before trying this or any new routine, especially if you have heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or any neurological condition that might affect your ability to sense temperature. Your doctor knows your health history and can give you the safest advice. We've covered a great deal of information, so now let's bring all of this together into a simple blueprint for a heart-safe shower routine. Think of this as your personal checklist to ensure your daily ritual is as safe and beneficial as possible. Number 1. Consult your doctor. Number 2. Mind the temperature. The safest default temperature for your shower is lukewarm. Avoid extremes. Water should never feel uncomfortably hot or shockingly cold. This simple rule minimizes the risk of sudden stressful changes to your blood pressure and heart rate. Number 3. Watch the clock. Timing matters. Try to avoid showering in the first hour after waking, when your body's blood pressure regulation can be less stable. Also, avoid excessively long hot showers, which can lower blood pressure too much and lead to dizziness. A good rule of thumb is to keep showers under 10 to 15 minutes. Number 4. Watch the water level. This applies mainly to baths. If you are taking a hot bath, try to avoid immersing yourself in water above the chest level. This helps minimize the overall thermal stress on your heart. Number 5. Stay hydrated. Remember to drink water before and after your shower. Good hydration is fundamental to maintaining stable blood pressure and ensuring your circulatory system can adapt smoothly to any temperature changes. Number 6. Listen to your body. This is perhaps the most important rule of all. Your body provides constant feedback. If you ever feel dizzy, lightheaded, nauseous, or experience shortness of breath or chest pain during a shower, it is a signal to stop. Get out of the shower safely, sit down, and if the symptoms persist, seek help. And number 7. Consider a shower chair. For anyone who has issues with balance, experiences fatigue easily, or simply wants an extra layer of safety, a shower chair is not a sign of weakness. This blueprint isn't about creating a list of fears. It's about creating a system of safe habits. By turning these points into your regular routine, you transform a simple daily task into a conscious, proactive act of self-care. Today, we have gone beyond the simple act of washing. We've seen how a daily shower can be a powerful conversation with your cardiovascular system. We've learned that warmth can be healing, that an abrupt cold shock can be a danger, and that the gentle rhythm of contrast can be a source of strength and resilience. The most important takeaway from our time together is this: knowledge is power. Understanding how your body works and how it responds to something as simple as water temperature allows you to turn an unconscious routine into a conscious act of self-care and a tool for your long-term heart health. I know we've covered a lot of detailed information, and it's perfectly okay to take your time processing it. The goal is not to create anxiety, but to provide you with the confidence that comes from being well-informed. If you found this information valuable, please take a moment to click the like button. It tells us that this kind of in-depth, science-based health content is what you want to see more of. And please share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever tried a gentle form of contrast therapy? What is the one key takeaway you'll be applying to your own routine? Sharing your experience helps our entire community learn and grow together. And if this information could help a friend or a loved one, please share this video with them. Finally, if you want to continue receiving authoritative, compassionate health guidance designed to empower you on your wellness journey, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We are committed to being your trusted resource for the long run. Thank you for spending this time with us. Be well and be wise.